So let's talk about the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to you as the Big D. This time around, I'm going to be bringing to you a review of the 2014 dystopian sci-fi war flick The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, released by Lionsgate, directed by Francis Lawrence, who recently directed the last film, with a screenplay by Peter Craig and Nanny Strong. The first installment of a two-parter event based on Suzanne Collins' 2010 book of the same name, Mockingjay, the final book in the Hunger Games trilogy. The film brings back most of the cast from the previous films, including Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, Woody Harrelson, Elizabeth Banks, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Jeffrey Wright, Stanley Tucci, and Donald Sutherland. Plus, Julianne Moore is added to the cast. Now, the story continues to follow Katniss, having twice survived the Hunger Games. She finds herself in District 13 under the leadership of President Coin and the advice of her trusted friends, and Katniss reluctantly becomes the symbol of a mass rebellion against the Capitol and fights to save Peeta and a nation moved by her courage. Now, before I go into the story, if you haven't seen my reviews for the first two films, I advise you to click on that card coming up. There we go. And that way you can catch what you might have missed or see them again if you'd like, before I get into the review. So, okay, let's get started. After being rescued from the destroyed arena in the 75th Hunger Games tributes, Katniss Everdeen, Beatty, and Finnick Odair are taken to District 13, a below-ground district isolated from Panem that has been spearheading the rebellion. Katniss is reunited with her mother and sister Primrose, or Prim for short, and is introduced to President Alma Coin, the rebel leader. Katniss is told that her arrow destroying the force field led to riots in over half the districts, joining District 13 in the rebellion, which caused Snow to bomb District 12 in retaliation. Coin asked her to become the Mockingjay, a symbol of the rebellion, as part of a hearts and minds strategy. Katniss reluctantly agrees after seeing Peeta being manipulated on state television to quell the rebellion. She visits the ruins of District 12, her old house somehow untouched with white roses from President Snow inside. Katniss meets her film team and is given Effie Trinket as a stylist and close friend Gale as a bodyguard. They go to District 8, where Katniss is filmed being saluted by dozens of wounded civilians at a hospital. Snow, seeing the footage, orders an airstrike at the hospital, killing everyone inside. The crew films Katniss and Gale shooting down the two Capitol hovercraft, and Katniss' rage-filled threat: "If we burn, you burn with us." Afterwards, loggers in District 7 revolt, shouting the same phrase and killing peacekeepers by detonating landmines. Katniss and her team travel to District 12. Katniss is filmed singing The Hanging Tree. Hundreds of protesters in District 5 singing the same anthem launch a suicidal human wave attack against a hydroelectric dam that is the Capitol's primary source of electricity. The attack successfully implodes and breaches the dam, causing a blackout that forces the Capitol to revert to secondary generators. That night, Katniss watches Peeta being interviewed by Caesar Flickerman, the game's former presenter, when Coin and Beatty, I'm sorry, I've just gotten up. I'm sorry, everyone. Hijacked the signal to air a clip of Katniss. After seeing it, Peeta suddenly shouts a warning that the Capitol is about to attack District 13. Coin orders a mass evacuation into deep underground shelters. and the facility survives the attack. Upon emerging, Katniss discovers the area littered with white roses. She concludes that Snow orchestrated this to inform her that whenever she condemns the Capitol, they'll torture Peeta in retaliation. Now for the ending, you know the procedure like always. You have 5 seconds to sub this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue on after the 5 seconds. Thank you, and here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Coin dispatches an elite special forces team to rescue Peeta and remaining victors, Johanna Mason, Inabaria, sorry if I mispronounced that, and a Cresta from their prison. BT hijacks the Capitol's defense system with a propo narrated by Finnick to convince more districts to side with the rebellion. When this proves not to be enough, Katniss communicates directly with Snow as a further distraction to buy enough time. Gale's team rescues the victors and escapes the Capitol easily, indicating the Capitol reduced its security on purpose. When Katniss greets Peeta, he unexpectedly attacks and strangles her into unconsciousness before being knocked out by Boggs. Katniss wakes up and is informed that Peeta has been hijacked, brainwashed into trying to kill her, which explains why the Capitol allowed them to escape with him. Peeta is placed in solitary confinement, while a serum is developed to reverse the hijacking effects. Coin announces that the rebels' next objective is the Capitol's principal military stronghold in District 2, now the only district remaining loyal to the Capitol in the story. So what did I think of Mockingjay Part 1? I'm going to say it's pretty good. I mean, well, it didn't quite match up to the the previous installment, but it went on to become the second highest grossing entry in the franchise overall. It still got good reviews and what have you. Yes. Well, of course, going from the performances by Jennifer Lawrence, which I agree, and its political subtext. The other acting performances were good, but critics criticized its lack of action and the makers splitting the source material for two separate adaptations. Hey, again, I'm an understanding person. Anyway, yeah, but nonetheless, yeah, it did lack some action, what have you. But overall, I still say this was still a good film, nonetheless. Anyway, the film's current ranking on the Tomato Meter is 69, which that's the lowest of the whole franchise overall. Yeah. Which that's kind of a big disappointment. So anyway, but it still proved to be a big success, and of course, main feeling that the decision to split into two parts was unnecessary. Yeah, but overall, it did get some nominations for some awards and what have you, and that was good. Now, of course, the cast was really good. We once again have Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss, Josh Hutcherson as Peeta, Liam Hemsworth as Gale Hawthorne, Woody Harrelson as Hamish Abernathy, Elizabeth Banks as Effie Trinket, Philip Seymour Hoffman as Heavensbee, Jeffrey Wright as BT, Stanley Tucci as Caesar Flickerman, and Donald Sutherland as President Snow. And of course, we have Julianne Moore as President Coin. And they were all good. The supporting cast wasn't too bad either. And I do think that the music isn't too bad either, which was once again done by James Newton Howard along with New Zealand superstar Lord, who I think, yes, who recently did have a big hit with her monster international hit Royals. Before this, I'm almost sure of it. But I'm pretty sure that's what well, so I'm reading, but I've been wrong before. But anyway, now Jennifer Lawrence's performance of The Hanging Tree was actually in on the soundtrack, and tracks for the score, which were written by Mr. Howard, were recorded by the Trinity Schoolboys Choir. So I think that was reasonable. But anywho, Mockingjay Part 1, it's not too bad. I think it could have been a little better, but, well, a year later we'd have to wait until the second part came out, and it would get a little better. So in the end, would I recommend Mockingjay Part 1? I'd say hell yeah. If you're a big fan of the Hunger Games and you've yet to see this, I'd say give it a one-time watch. So that way you can try and continue on, and then after this, go on to the next one, alright? So that's all I'm going to tell you, and enough said. So, what are your thoughts on Mockingjay Part 1? Please tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned. Next time I'll be bringing to you my review of Part 2. I'm unfortunately bringing you bad news. My next spoiler-free review has unfortunately been delayed or whatever until further notice. So, enough about that. But stay tuned for the Mockingjay Part 2 review along with a ranking of all 4 films in the Hunger Games franchise. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to consider check out my reviews for these other films that I've recently done reviews of. In the upper left hand corner is the spoiler free review I did for The Batman. The upper right hand corner is the spoiler free review for The Adam Project. Or go to the bottom left hand corner for something that is kind of adventurous, but it also has a lot of laughs too, and that's my recent spoiler free review of the new Sandra Bullock Channing Tatum flick, The Lost City. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.